Yep, I painted all of it. Well, I had messed it up with some paint that I thought was the same color, but it wasn't. But then, you know, it just didn't go well with this dark, whatever you call it, color. And so I painted it all. Now, over here, it's going to have a big cedar piece coming down, and this will be framed in. It's going to look better. Okay, that's just what it looks like for now. We're going to get this looking better. Today, we're going to start putting up the metal roofing. And I've got everything out in the truck. I've got scaffolding out there. So we're going to be setting up the scaffolding here. Even have a ceiling fan, a very nice one to hang there. So we're going to get all this wrapped up. I've got the scaffolding till Monday. Today is Wednesday. So I don't think I'm going to be getting to that part today, but we'll see if I get. I don't think this is going to take me very long. And then we'll get the scaffolding set up. It's just going to be annoying that that's going to be in the living room. So I want to, you know, it's only going to take me a couple hours to put that fan up. I'm going to do like I did here and secure a new box to the ceiling. I'm actually going to cut out, I think, a piece of wood and cover and make sure. I may just tear out some of that sheetrock and run another stud across. I want it to be strong. We'll see what we do when we get down there. But I don't ever want that thing falling off. So I want to make sure it's good and strong. I am going to run, I've got some more electrical wire, some 14-2s, all we need. I'm going to run it the length of this so we have some power down there. We'll tap off of that. I've got a couple of those can lights coming. They should be here tomorrow. So we're going to add a little more lighting up here so it's not so dark. And that ceiling fan is going to hang down about 5 feet. So it's going to look really cool. And that's going to help keep the heat down in the summer. This will help distribute the cool air as well. So I ain't going to yak a lot. Let's get going. I need to start by finding my studs and running my, what do you call them? My strips. I got to run my strips down here so I have something for the metal to screw into. I think I'm going to have one here, and one on the ends. And then I'm going to frame this in cedar if I've got enough. I might have to make another run to the sawmill, but we'll get started, see where we end up. Okay. I think I'm going to go out about this far. I'm only going to put 2 up. I don't need any more than that. So we're going to put them about there. If the stud finder did its job, we should be good. I'm going to go ahead and drill a pilot hole. Let me get, hey man, when I put you there, you stay there. I ain't playing with you. I ain't. All right. See what kind of screws I got. Why did I put on a shirt that doesn't have any pockets? No, I ain't wearing no tool belt. I can't stand no tool belt. Just can't stand it. I ain't ever wearing a tool belt. Feels like your pants are falling down all the time. That's what the tool belt feels like. All right, let's see. Let's stick one right here. Just I ain't got to hold it no more. If you don't pre-drill these, they'll split. Now, was the stud finder lying to me? Sure the hell was. It's off a little bit. That's all right. All right. If I was to enable my superpowers, I wouldn't need this. I could just see through the sheetrock and see where the studs are. But when I do that, I can only work half the time. It just wears me out too much, so I don't use I don't use those powers much. Yeah, I just can't. All right. And that tin doesn't weigh much at all, so I'm only going to go one here, one here. That's it. Actually, I should go in a little closer. Nah, we're good. I need another one. Furring strips. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Furring sticks. All right. Let's see. This stud detector's lying to me again. That's what it's saying. It's saying it's there. Why don't you get a footstool, dude? And you won't have to reach like you're, reach up like an orangutan. That's all you got to do. Uh-huh. All right. Well, that's where it's saying the stud is. It says that. Hey, it didn't lie to me that time. And these don't have to be perfect. As long as they're somewhat straight, you're good. I'm going to drill a few more holes. This is where it's saying it is. I tend to believe it because that's where that electrical box is. It's somewhat straight. About right there. Yeah. What if I was to be a rebel and not pre-drill the hole? Let's see. This is pretty soft. Yeah, man. And if you find one and you know the stud is good, it's usually 16 on center, but you can't bank on that every time. So, all right, man, we got lucky. How about this one? Perfect. That ain't going nowhere. All right, y'all get the picture. All right, now we're gonna run some electrical. I got them LED lights going here. Let's run a little extra here. Where's my step stool? Now, if you're wondering why I'm running 14.2, not 12.2, well, it's lighting, LED lighting. It's really all you ever need for lighting and outlets, but you can run heavier gauge wire. You just can't, it depends on the amps you need. But for this, 14.2 is fine. And it's a lot cheaper. So we're just going to get this nailed into place. Maybe. I'm going to run this the whole length, all the way down to where the ceiling fan's going to go. You want to make sure you give yourself plenty of extra cord. Let me get hopefully we're on the stud here. We'll just run that the length, and then we'll already have our wiring in place. And then next we're going to the metal. I bought 8-foot sheets. I'm cutting them in 4-foot pieces, all the way down. All right, I got this 8-foot sheet out. We're going to cut her exactly in half. There will be trim on all the way around this, so if it's 1/8 of an inch short, it don't matter. You know me. Trim covers everything. And we're just going to take a Sharpie and mark it. Now, I got a couple of different kinds of tools to cut this metal, but I'm going to do it like a man. Like a man cuts a metal. That's right. With some big ass scissors. This stuff's really easy to cut. It's nice and peaceful. It's not noisy. And it's fairly simple. It was good for your hands, huh? Because you guys fall. That's the nice thing about Arkansas. When the weather's nice, it's always windy. Every single time. I'm not editing that out. That's just how I roll. I bet you blow over again. It's a nice thing about working with this corrugated barn tin. Nice and easy to work with. All right, there's 2 pieces. Now I'm going to cut up the rest of it. Now there will be a few that I have to like cut the cut the opening for the ceiling fan, and you know. But we got 2. I think we got 3 we can put up without any special cuts. All right, let me get another one. I think y'all have seen enough. We got 6 sheets there. All right, let me get the first one going here. Now, don't worry, I'll be there in a second. I'm grabbing my stool. Now, the first one's very important because if you don't put the first one up, you can't put the second, third, fourth, fifth, all the way to the 12th. You can't put those up without putting the first one up. You just can't. All right. Being that this stuff is so lightweight, all I'm really going to use on this to hold it in place is some small, where are they? 1.25 inch deck screws. Because once the framing, the cedar framing's in there, that's what's going to hold it up. So let me get everything situated here. Let me get my screws. There they are. I need to change shirts to where I got one with a pocket, so I can put my screws in there. No, I ain't wearing no daggum. All right, where's my drill? There it is. I do have some silver sheet metal screws. Problem is when you go to put your trim up, those things, the big heads are in the way, so I don't want to use them. All right, I don't really know if I even need this ladder. Let me just stick this dude on up. First one going up. Oh. Okay, we want to, and there is a little room on each side. I'm going to split the difference there. Okay. This is where an extra set of hands comes in handy. All right, let's drill a hole there. Oh. Just so we have one. Yeah, man. And these will work just fine. Okay. The struggle. All right, now let's go over to the opposite side. Over here. And bring that dude on my belt. All right. those in. Yeah, tool belt would be easier for this. I may go get it, even though I hate those things. All right, we got that. And I can let it hang after I get this one in. All right. I think I was too far up on this one. We'll have to see. All right, where's my other drill? I wish this drill had a hook on it. I'd be in business. Okay, that's good. Now we just got to be able to hit the strip. Zip. I'm gonna guess right there. Did I miss it? I hope not. All right, it's been quite a while later. I took down those furring strips. They weren't going to work because I need something to attach my framing to, and so I used one by fours. So I've got 2 sheets up. That looks wavy and stuff, but once the framing is up, all that will tighten up. It'll look real good. Got the light cut out. I'm thinking I cut that one too big. My lights aren't here yet, but usually they're 6 inches. But I'll fix that if it's too big. I'm thinking anyway, because of this rib stuff. I didn't like how it worked downstairs, so I may I've got that thin wood that I use on my laser engraver, and I may design a frame for that, or I don't know, a shell, whatever you want to call it, where if that is too big, then that's what I'll do. But now I got one more sheet I can put up, no cuts, and then I got to take this fan down and cut the hole for that electrical box. I'll have to disconnect that. No problem. And we'll just move to the edge here. I don't think I'm going to get there today. I've wasted so much time with that. That's just how some days go. But I got to get to it by tomorrow. But I've got that scaffolding all the way till Monday morning. And if I need it longer, I can get it longer. No big deal. All right, let me get going. All right, I forgot to turn the camera on. That's all right. Got all this 14.2 wired into this outlet. Got the hole cut. Obviously, I got that up. Boy, this is not easy on the old body, I tell you. Trying to stretch like this, working above your head. Not fun, but we got the hardest one out of the way till we get to the other side there. This is working out much better with these 1x4s. And I had them on hand. All right, 2 more screws in this one, then we can put the fan back up. I'm just going to put some wire nuts on the ends of these until I get my lights. That way I can turn them back on. Everything will have remote controls. The can lights, I don't know, LED lights, and then the new fan, it also has a remote control. So it's wired like that one is. No switches required, man. You can put switches though. It's probably a better idea. But I don't need them. I got a switch on the one in the dining room down there. I'll never use it. It's a pain in the butt, actually. I'll accidentally turn it off, and then I wonder why my fan won't come on. All right, 1 more screw in this one. Whoo, this is hard on the old back. This will be nice and straightened up and tight once these boards go on there. All right, so I got one. All the rest of them, yeah, I'm only going to get to here today. So first thing in the morning, we'll set up the scaffolding and get the rest of it. That's going to be very easy. I only got one hole to cut, and that's where the ceiling fans are going to go. But I think I'm going to frame that out where it looks real nice with some cedar or something. I'm going to have to probably go get some more cedar because I don't know if I'm going to have enough. These are going to have to be pretty wide pieces. We'll see. I'll go down there and check it out in a minute, but this is going to look great, man. It's hard to get a feel for it now. I just hope this is long enough. Oh yeah, that's plenty long enough to reach that. And actually that's coming back a little bit. So it's going to be close to there. It's got a lot of slack in it. I got plenty. It was 25 feet. The house is 25 feet long. So obviously there's enough. All right, let me get my tools ready. So we got about 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. I left one down there because I'm going to have to cut a hole for a light. I'm going to make sure I don't cut it as deep as I did that, or as wide as I did that one. All right, let me get a piece of metal. I'll show you how to do this. I've just been, well, let's see, I need to get up here. Need to hang this on my belt. I couldn't find my tool belt. It's buried in my shed somewhere. Who knows, man? What's the point of owning all this stuff if you can't find it? I'm telling you. It's just, I can't, whatever it is, I just never can find it. All right. Ah, that thing came out. Never do this. Never. Okay. Get on up here. And I just start. I go by, overlap it about where that screw is. Okay. Yep. Right there. Yeah, right there. Now, what you don't want to do is screw through or drill through where the old screw was. See. All right. This all has to be done precisely. If you don't do that, you'll pull a muscle. I'm going to attach a screw. Slowly work to my side. Put a licking on it. Got to put a licking on it. And did I even hit it? You didn't even put it through that metal, dude. You put it through the other one. Come on. Why? It's very stressful. You got to make sure you get it through the one, the piece of tin that you're putting up. It helps. Don't jiggle that. Oh! Now it's getting hard. Making that noise does help. Okay, that took no stress off me. Now, I'm going to work myself over. Once I get this one in, then I can relax a little bit. All right, make sure we're still lined up. Yes, sir, right there. That looks good. Make sure you drill the proper one. Put that tiny twixt your legs right there like that, see? And what that does is holds it. Alright, now that we got those hanging, it works better this way. If you start at one end and I put 3 screws in, that way you can get it to lay as flat as you can. It's a little bubbled there, but it's pulled tight. So when I put my trim on, it's going to pull it tight. All right, now it gets easier. I don't think I really need the stool. Yeah, maybe. All right. Yeah, tool belt would help. I gotta find it. I don't know. Man, I got so much crap in that shed. I got big 4x8 sheets of something in there, and then that's, you know, it's hard to move that stuff. Right there. Get a screw. I just thought I'd do one of these live instead of, you know, time lapse. Okay. My way over here. And I kind of like to, even though these will be covered, I want to get them in the same channel. Close to it. Wow, so much for that. Right there. You hang. If I was using sheet metal screws, I wouldn't even have to do a pilot drill. But I am using deck screws, which are really all I'm using these for is to hold them up here until I get the wood on. Once I get the wood on, that's doing the holding upping. It's doing the holding upping. All right. One more. Wouldn't you like to ride in my beautiful ballet? I don't know the rest of the words to the song, but I can fly. That right there. It's good leg exercise. Yeah, I know. All right. There you go. We are getting there. I'm gonna like, boy, this is real. I tell you, it's setting it off. It is. It's gonna look nice. And there is enough room above this to where when I get those can lights, it's got that little junction box. It'll go right up in there. How do I know? I've already done it. All right. Hook it on your belt. Slick. You ever call yourself slick? I do it all the time. You got to call yourself something. And slick seems to be a good one. I still got to brace this wall. I tell you what. Yeah. All right, you see. Now I can hang my fan back up. I'm going to strip the ends of these, put some wire nuts on them so I can flick my power back on. You just want to make sure that when you do that, you don't go undo the wire nuts and put your finger on it. Then you'll get shocked, but otherwise you'll be all right. All right, let me get the fan back up. I ain't recording it again this time. All right, I got the fan back up. Got these capped off. These are live. So we got power to that. And we got power to that, and that one's capped off. I want to see if I turn the power off to this fan at the switch. I should still be live. Let me turn this power off. Okay. Yep, that's what I wanted. I put a pigtail on there, so I got constant power even when this one is turned off. So this will have its own, it actually has an app. You can change it different colors, and you can even set that dude to music. And then about the same distance, I have this one from about centered, this stupid thing. I'm going to have one probably about here. So that'll give me some extra light over the office. That one's just not enough. It's pretty dark up here. But man, this is going to look good. So what we're doing is we're going to have a strip of cedar, probably 5-6 inches wide here. And then we're going to have, I don't know, every so often we'll have one going across. Same thing here. And then all the way down. So you're going to have, like I have, like I have downstairs. So I'm gonna turn this fan back on because it's dark up here. Doesn't matter what time of day it is. So I did order 6 lights, but I'm only gonna use probably 2 of them. So I'll use the other 4 when I get my shop or whatever. Maybe I'll add them into the existing shop. I'll put them somewhere. But it was cheaper to get 6 than to buy. You know, I didn't even think you could get 2. So, all right, that's back. All right, I got one more up, and I need to put a light in this one. But the lights, they weren't supposed to be here till tomorrow. They're going to be here today by UPS. So I'm going to wait on that so I can get the template out of there. So I know that the hole is right. It's a little further up than that one is, but I wanted it more over my desk because this is where my desk is going to be. Nobody cares about that. Nobody's going to come in and say, I want to measure to make sure that your lights are the same distance from that ceiling fan. I don't see that happening. So I'm going to put it where I damn well want to put it. Yeah, that's a good thing about doing stuff yourself. So tomorrow, by the, after they get here, I'm going to put these remaining 2 pieces that I can reach up. 1, 2, and then tomorrow we're going to set up the scaffolding and hang the fan. I'm not going to show you the fan till it's going up. Now that might get comical. I don't know. Let's go down here and see if we can look up the stairs and see what this looks like. I'm heading down the stairs. All right. Oh yeah, it's hard to tell now. Let's go out and look at the cedar. I think I know what I'm going to be using, but it's going to be similar to this. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I have a bunch of this thinner stuff. So I think maybe a width like that is what I'm looking for. Like that piece, I can get 2 out of that. But and then I got some smaller ones in there. So I think we have enough to do it. It's very thin stuff. That's really all it needs to be. I would prefer it to be thicker, but I just don't have it. So yeah, we got a few pieces left, and we'll get that scaffolding set up tomorrow. Appreciate you guys watching. We're going to be wrapping this up hopefully in a few days. And then I can get the rest of the house in order. Happy trails. Thanks for watching.